And we're going to go ahead and start it off, man. My brother, it's so good to see you. I think the last time we seen each other was when we were building with BABAKILINDIIYI
almost a year.
Yeah, almost a year. Indeed. And, you know,
on Campbellton Road.
On Campbellton Road.
Sadiq's on Campbellton Road.
Sadiq's Road. There you go.
Right here in Atlanta, Georgia.
And we'll be having many more events coming soon. And I know you're going to bless us again with
line up.
Indeed.
I'm sure you're going to ask me that. I'm gonna definitely speak on that right there.
Yeah. So, as I like to, and again, this is your brozo here. And as I like to always do, for the people who don't know who Iyi is, you know, I always like my guests to explain who they are, what they do, etc., etc. So please, brother.
Man, thank you for this opportunity. I am Iyi's son. I do Team Charles, Atlanta, Georgia. I am your favorite astrologer's favorite astrologer, right? I'm also an astrology OG. I help executive, busy, successful business professionals reconnect spiritually to their goals and their power so they can have the relationships and the revenue that they desire. One of the things on the spiritual path is getting past your shame and fear and things like that and being back connected to your nature. And my path has led me, you know, through many fields of thought. And now they have led me on this entheogenic path where it comes to different entheogens, you know, one of them being psilocybinmushrooms. Man, it's just this brother right here played an instrumental part in my life even before I put the first, you know, 5 dry grams of mushrooms in my mouth. Right? I didn't even know he was even messing with the mushrooms when I took the mushrooms the first time. I just knew him as a martial artist. So I also have a background in martial arts, background in tantra, relationship coaching, healing, things like that, teacher, and now an entheogenic explorer. And also I'm a representative of my ancestors. So big shout out to my daddy, Arthur Lee, my grandparents, you know, Baba Edward, Baba Napoleon, Grandma Arabelle, Grandma Patience. I'm my ancestors' wildest dreams. And that's what I'm trying to do is represent more for my ancestors and for my bloodline so they can just be looking at me from the spot that they're at and being like, yo, I never imagined we was going to be doing nothing like that. You carrying the gene like that? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'm very, very happy. I'm also definitely a proud Milwaukee, and I absolutely would not be here without right knowledge from, you know, Grandmaster Dr.York off the muscle. You know, like this room, he kind of like, even though Baba is in here, you still see symbolism of, you know, right knowledge in the Wapu in this room because I just put this on my profile today. Walk in the light of the sun as if all can see at all times.
Mm-hmm. And sounds familiar.
Yes, sounds very familiar. And so a lot of people are like, man, why you go so hard? Because my teacher was like, yo, are you, you know, I just like when I meet him again or see him again, I want to be able to say, if he says, are you walking in the, have you been walking in the sun? And I want to be able to say, honestly, yeah, I've been walking in the sun.
Tour.
Yes, tour. I've been walking in the sun. So that's kind of like my story, man. On a pin drop level.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. See, you know, as a lot of people that watch my videos, they understand, and they know after reading my book that Dr. York was one of pretty much the individual that woke me up. You know what I'm saying? And regardless of what anybody says, you know, the information that he put out, you know what I'm saying, it's irrefutable, you know what I'm saying, to say the least, you know. So, I appreciate you putting that out there. But on doing that, could you kind of build on your relationship with BABAKILINDIIYI, how that kind of, you know, worked out?
Once again, I can't leave out the steps, sequence of events. You know what I mean? So, bam. I run into Malachi York. He shows me how to know, you know, how to know something. So it's, you know what I'm saying, evidence, experience, and reason. So I call Malachi York the, you know, like you first start smoking weed, like you hitting it. But then when somebody blow you your first gun, it's different. So he blew me my first gun and woke it up, you know. Then I run into Grandmasters. And so Malachi York says, there is the 24 elders, but there's one seat empty. Search, don't just search for me, search for the other 22 elders. And so I ran into Grandmaster Sunyata Saraswati, who brought Tantra to North America. My father had cancer, and so my cousin, who also was a Nuwapian, was like, yo, you need to come to Tai Chi class because Sunyata's teaching on how he cured himself from cancer. And I was like, man, I don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, well, whatever, come and see. And so I went to see, and it was a weekend class. I went to the class, and I measured it with evidence, experience, and reason. And I knew that what I felt that day was real. And he was like, after the class was over that Sunday, he was like, you know, if you keep coming back and practicing martial arts, it will strengthen your energy. That's how the Shaolin did. They were very spiritual. Yeah, everybody knows them as being martial artists, but they were spiritually, right? And so I was like, all right, I'll come back. It's only twice a week. I don't know how long I'm gonna stay. And that was July 17th, 2001 or 2, and I ain't never leave. And so studied with Grandmaster Sunyata, and then one day he just comes out the back and was like, all right, today we're going to practice African Kung Fu. And so we had already been practicing Tai Chi, Bagua, Shinyi, different things like that. And all of a sudden, Mataji came out and she started showing us this circle, like that. And she was like, you got to dance with it. You got to dance with this circle. We was like, what is that? But she had already incorporated us dancing in all the things that we did. And so then he was like, yeah, stomp your foot. Boom, start stomping your foot. Bam, making noise, right? Bam. And then the rest of the stuff that came with it. You know what I'm saying? All these things that came with it to make it really effective. And so everybody in there fell in love with it. And it was like, the class was also mostly not Nuwapians. Other brothers who were studying with Dr.York. And we started mixing that in with the other things that we were using. And the confidence levels was crazy. Crazy.
That's what happened to me.
Right. And so fast forward about 5 years, I'm on YouTube and I see this brother doing this little thing. He doing it really small, jazzy. He older. And I was like, that's the circle of power. And I was like, who is that? And I was like, Kalindi. And I immediately started searching. I was just like, I found a brother. Oh my God. And so I'm assuming that my teacher, his wife, Mataji, who taught it to us, has seen the videos and learned it and then gave it to us. And not the entire system though. I definitely do not want to say that. You know what I'm saying? The Tamarian Institute of Martial Science is where it came from, out of Detroit. So that was how I spiritually met Baba, through the martial arts. So 5 years later, I started looking for him. So that's got to take me from 04 to 09. I don't find him until probably 2013 or 14. And I find him on Facebook, and I call him and I just tell him all about martial arts. I do not know I'm talking to the mushroom God. You know, I don't know. And he just listening, and I get to I end up dating somebody who stays in Detroit. So I go up to Detroit to see her, and I tell Kalindi, I said, hey man, just out of respect, I'd like to take you out to lunch or something. He was like, I'm a vegetarian. I was like, whatever you want, it don't matter. So he was like, well, just come out of the crib when you get here. So I was just like, wow, come out of the crib?
Quite simply.
What? Just come out of the crib? So boom, I started, so before I got there though, I got to back up maybe like a year and a half. My man, Dr. Amsu Bay L, not the light skin one, the dark skin. I'm talking about the dark skin one in Winston-Salem. He's my acupuncturist, my doctor, my symptometrist. He turns me on to the mushrooms. He started talking about how the mushrooms were in all the artwork on all the temples in the world, no matter what religion. Egypt, Catholicism, Islam. And he gave me this book. And I'm going through them just like, wow, look at all these mushrooms and all these pictures. What were these artists doing? He was like, they was on mushrooms. So I started typing in mushrooms and I saw Silicon Valley and I was like, oh my God. he was like, you got to try it. So on my birthday, 2018, I take my first 5 grams of mushrooms. And never took nothing before that. I had a whole bunch of ridiculous myths. I was under a spell. I was definitely under a ghost spell about what mushrooms could do.
You'd be like, what's it? Like Smokey and Friday all in the chicken coop, right?
But what did I take into the mushrooms? The 3 things Dr. York taught me. Evidence, experience, and reason.
That's it.
So I had first-hand evidence, first-hand experience, and then the reason was when I closed my eyes and I started seeing folks and hearing things, and they were still there. And I was just like, oh! So that was 2018 May. I messed around and run into Kalindi, I guess, in January 2019. I had already done mushrooms about 3 times. And I fall up to the crib, and that was my first time meeting them physically. And I get there, and everybody leaves. And it's just me and him there. So you know me, I'm used to a classroom setting. I'm thinking, well, you know, this is the great Kalindi. It's gonna be like 20 people over there. I'm gonna have to wait my turn to raise my hand and get questions. Ain't nobody there but me and him. And he watching TV. I was just like, yo, this is some gangster stuff right here. This is like, and guess what I was doing? Watching TV. I was watching what he was watching. And that was the beginning of the relationship, man. I didn't, you know, I was like, man, everybody probably asking him about martial arts all the time. But I knew he was into cryptocurrency. So I started the conversation around cryptocurrency. Game over.
Yeah, that was the bridge.
That was the bridge right there. Then it ran back to mushrooms. It ran back to martial arts. And I had started growing too. I had got Kalindi has a video that it was because after I took my mushrooms, Dr. Amsel was like, yo, we got to start growing. I was like, how? Outside? And I was thinking like, this is a garden. I can't garden. So I get the video from Kalindi, and right, I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing, man. And so I started growing probably the end of 2018. And boy, I was sending Kalindi a dang message every 4 days. What about this? What about that? What I do next? He was like, is you following the video? Or like, I did it, but what about this? And so he was like, just, you know, talking me through it. And so it started happening. And I was just like, oh my God, what I do now? He's like, you ain't gotta do nothing.
Yeah, you done.
You done. They go, you know, just get ready to harvest. Get ready to take off. That's a flush. And so, so I had already grown before I met him. And so I got there, and I just thought, you know, I started asking I didn't really have to ask too many more questions about that. And then he showed me something, how it's really done. And I was blown away. And I was like, oh, a true master. And I was just like, when I think about it now, I always go to the space of bewilderment. If somebody if it was the acting coach was like, think of something that would bewilder you, I would go right there to that particular day when he showed me. I was just like, oh man, really? And him being quiet, his humility, his listening skills, him not being, you know, he wasn't no rush. You know what I'm saying? But calm, but you could feel the power. You could feel the power. And from there, I come back home. Then my man was like, "Yo, you gotta do the toad. You gotta do the toad." I was like, "The toad? What's the toad?"
Who said that?
That's Dr. Amsu. Once again, here he go again. You gotta do the toad. The toad man. The toad man's coming to Kalindi's.
Jerry, Dr. Gerry?
Dr. Gerry. So I say, well, I guess I'm going to do the toad. And he's coming to Kalindi's house on my birthday. So I did mushrooms on my birthday, 2018. Jerry's at Kalindi's house on May 2019.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
I didn't know the connection was like that.
Because he had met him Kalindi met Jerry like in Europe or Australia or something on some kind of international panel.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And then Jerry invites him to Mexico, to Oaxaca, where Maria Sabina is from. He shouts out to the Sabina Project. Hopefully, y'all let me work with y'all. That's what I want to do, right? I want to work with the Sabina Project.
It's gonna go down.
It's gonna go down, right? And so him and Jerry do Fruit of the Gods in Mexico, which they are doing this summer too. It's gonna be in July. So when that happens, Mama Ayana's putting that together. So it's gonna be mushrooms and toad ceremony over like a 4-day stint. So
I'm there. Straight up. I mean, straight up. I'm putting it on
But what
record.
if you ain't got no passport?
I got a passport. You know me, bro.
You
know
out?
me.
You out?
You know me, man. You didn't see my stuff. I'm all over the world,
Well,
man.
you don't see that for certainly. So he meets Jerry there.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if that was the first or second or whatever time, but they do the toad. He was like, people in urban environments must experience this.
Yeah, indeed.
And so he brings Jerry to Detroit to bring the medicine for the toad, right? And I get there. Matter of fact, I get there and then I get my first Yi Ming Zhu the day before, because Kalindi had been talking about the Yi Ming Zhu, or the Yi Ming Zhus and its power and the stone, right? And it being the Infinity Stones and Thanos' crystal. And I was just like, man, this is the most expensive stone I ever paid for. Good Lord. So I got that on my birthday. Then the very next day, I think it either was the 18th or the 17th, did the toad. Life changed. Life changed, right? And so, but not like what people see on YouTube.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of white people wanting you to see them scream.
Yeah.
Please tape it. I don't like that.
Yeah.
So Jerry was like, come on down to Mexico and see the toads.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I was like, my bread won't right.
Yeah.
So a few months later, I contacted Jerry and was like, I'd like to come to Mexico. He was like, I'm coming back to the States. He said, yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm coming back to Detroit to do toad again at Kalindi's. So it's like August or September. And I say, do you need some help? I'm just a fan at this time.
Yeah.
I'm thinking he got a long line.
Long list.
He was like, yeah, come on.
Come on up.
He just said it real easy.
Yeah.
So boom, I get there that morning. I think we were starting at 9. I come through the door like 9:02. Kalindi was like, Jerry's already downstairs waiting on you. I was like, you late.
Yeah.
And the masters ain't no stopping, dapping up nobody.
Yeah.
He downstairs.
Get to work, nigga.
Through the kitchen, hit the basement steps. Jerry is, all right, let's get it popping.
Yeah.
Let's get it popping. So I was just like, okay. And that was the beginning of me traveling around. I didn't know I was going to leave Detroit with Jerry, go to California, go to Miami, go back to California, then go to Mexico, and come to Atlanta twice, and go to Dallas once. So that particular day runs into 147 toad ceremonies with Jerry, which wouldn't have happened if it wouldn't have been for him encouraging me, BABAKILINDIIYI encouraging me to explore and keep pushing the envelope. And so, and when he co-signed Jerry, it's a wrap.
You know what's real funny though, because you might remember this. You remember I was texting you a while back. You were like, "I'm Detroit. I'm in so and so." You know what I'm saying? That's what was going down. Pretty much, you were just flying all over the place doing these things, right? Because I just remember everything that our exchange was very brief.
Because I was in the woods.
Yeah. That's interesting because I didn't. Now it's all starting to come together more. Okay.
And then we bring to tie it all up. I get back from Mexico October 2019. October, that first weekend in October. And then I started talking to BABAKILINDIIYI. We started doing the blog talks. We do 13 blog talks, 3 hours apiece of like some of the illest content ever.
I can imagine.
So if you have not seen that, please go to Blog Talk Radio, type in Kalindi Iyi, or you just go to Google and type in Kalindi Iyi episode 1. Just when you put episode 1, you didn't got to put mushrooms. You put episode 1, it's gonna take you to Blog Talk. Everybody waving? Right. Peace. So big shouts out. Tag some more people, man. Invite some more people.
Yeah,
Just got on Instagram. Man. Let people know that they need to be watching this. You on YouTube, you watching the replay. Keep sharing this, so people understand this story. Yeah. That I'm still just a regular cat.
The timeline.
Yeah. Right.
That's real talk, man.
And so we do all the blog talks, and then we do the one even to get the Palantir Stone. Then we bring Kalindi to Atlanta. What's the day? The 25th?
25th.
So 363 days ago, something like that, because he lands on the 27th. So so take 2 from 365. 363 days ago, Kalindi lands in Atlanta on a Thursday like today. Yeah, and I meet him at the airport. This time last year, I'm picking Kalindi up from the airport.
Oh, that's when we did the joint?
Yeah.
Oh, I ain't know that.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. I'm picking him up on a Thursday. But last year was a leap year.
Yeah.
So that's why it's not a day over.
Gotcha.
Then Friday.
Hit dead on.
Then Friday, we go to Sadiq's, shut it down. I'm talking about shut it down like...
I need to interject real quick. I need to interject, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Because I heard of mushrooms before, but I always heard it from a partying thing, like all this kind of stuff.
We call that Woodstock.
Yeah, Woodstock. There you go. You know, and after I listened to that lecture that BABAKILINDIIYI did, and the way he brought those pictures down, I never had a clue how long dealing with mushrooms has been dealing with, and not only the world, but you know, since we're the mother and father race, how long we've been doing it as black people, and how embedded it is in our African culture. I had no clue. I'm gonna tell you this: when he showed me that two things. He showed me one picture. I think it was Osiris, and his head was gone, but all underneath him was just a mushroom. And then it was a mask that I saw on the slideshow, and on where the nose and the mouth was a mushroom. You know, but that was just like 2 out of the maybe like 30 things I saw that night. You know, so after talking to you that night, that's when I told you, because I was trying, you know, that's when I took my first one. And all I have to say is that that was one of the best experiences in my entire life, and I continuously just have to grow and build from that with the guidance from BABAKILINDIIYI and you. So I got to give you your props.
Well, I just had to get him here.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm always nervous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what you told me. I'm like, what are you nervous about? I'm always nervous. I was like, okay.
I'm always nervous. I hope folks show up. Because at the beginning, you know, we said we was going to start at 7, and
got pushed back.
Well, there really wasn't a lot of people there.
Yeah.
But my objective of that was, I was upset that every time you see a video of him on the internet, as long as it is, it's 40 minutes. Yeah. They always cutting him off. You got 5 minutes.
Yeah, I see.
So I told him, I said, nobody in front of you, nobody behind you. It's on you till you get tired. Yeah. He was like, well, how long do I got? And then Sadiq comes and says, as long as y'all ordering food, we staying open.
It don't matter.
What? So he put that down for like 3 hours.
Yeah, that was
and within I would say 30 minutes, because you know how we do, we fall in there late. That joint was standing room only. Every seat was taken. They was all on the walls. And then it was the overspill. It was just like when we used to be down on Tamare, when the room would be so packed, jokers would be in the hallway. Yeah.
Looking around again.
Trying to listen. Hey, I'm trying to catch that. Hey, man, don't be talking right now.
Pop's talking.
Papa talking. What? He said so and so and so and so.
Yeah.
Shh. What he say? What he say? He said so and so and so and so. That joint coming through. Boom, 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 boom. Right? And yo, man, like now you inspire me. That video. So that's his last lecture ever.
Yeah.
And it ain't been shown yet. And so now you're gonna make me call my man and tell him we gotta get
hook it up.
Yeah, we gotta get we gotta get this hooked up.
You know, I got a fraction of it. I already posted a fraction of it, but it was more so dealing with the earth story, not the entheogens. You know what I'm saying? So, but that was still devastating, even in its own. You know,
even the little 10-minute pieces I got, and the little 4-minute pieces I got. And while he was here, I think he did a radio interview. He did 2 podcasts.
Yeah, he did.
He talked that Friday. Then he talked Saturday morning. He talked the Grow class.
Yeah, he talked.
Then after that, he stayed there and did like a men's meeting. And then Sunday, I think Sunday he left. No, Sunday he hung out with KT Arts Degree. Yeah. And then Monday he leaves and goes back to South Carolina. So that's March the 2nd. Yeah. And then 30. Almost
wow, I didn't even know that was a year ago. That's like crazy.
And like 36, yeah.
It's like an anniversary.
April 10th. That's the day of transition.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, and so that's where this came from.
Okay.
So when he transitioned, his nephew Steve, who was Grandmaster Snap's nephew, Grandmaster Snap is like Kalindi's brother in the martial arts, who helped co-found the Institute, Tamare Institute of Martial Science. So Steve Novak, big shouts out, did this art because he's a graphic designer. So he takes, because everybody was like, when Kalindi passed, a library burnt down.
Yeah.
Because people didn't know he was a student of Dr. Ben and Dr. Clark. They used to come to Detroit in the summers in like the 80s and 70s, teach for like a week, and then they would stay for the month.
Yeah.
And he would be their security.
I heard a Bobby Hemmett video was back in the 90s. And he was talking about BABAKILINDIIYI. He was going in. He was like, I mean, on the positives, obviously. He was just like, there's a brother, in Detroit. He'd be talking. His name is Kalindi, and he does martial arts. You know what I'm saying? It's funny now because if I would have known it now, I would have never known what he was talking about back then. But it's like it's all connected, yo.
It keeps on getting pulled together. It keeps on getting pulled together.
Yeah, all y'all people that are watching, you know what I'm saying? This is his station, you know what I'm saying? This is his humble brother, your brozo, please, you know what I'm saying? Your brozo, hit a follow on the thing, follow my page, because we got this and much, much more devastating information, and I already got some stuff in, your brozo and the Elevated Ink podcast. All we try to do is get great brothers like this.
And sisters.
And sisters, exactly. I'm sorry, I got thrown off by your socks for a second because I saw Yoda and the Stormtrooper. You know what I'm saying? I just saw that like right now. So yeah, great brothers and sisters.
That right,
you know
knowledge.
what I'm saying? That's it.
half Jedi, half Stormtrooper.
Half Stormtrooper. That's balance, right?
Harmony.
Harmony.
I try to do Jedi most of the time.
Yeah.
Every now and then I have to do Stormtrooper.
Hey, we already know.
Yeah.
Stormtroopers later down. But yeah, definitely your Brozo 9. Smash it, you know what I'm saying? Follow. We got much, great content on that page. But and next question, is that okay? Keep on going.
No, I'm
keep on going.
Just this particular picture.
Yeah.
Steve was, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was like, "Yo, that's Asar," because he has ascended.
Yeah.
And then he just laid the face in the artwork. So that's where that came from. So a lot of people see that and be like, Amun drew that. Amun got it. Amun gave it this 3D appeal. But I got it from brother Steve.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? And then it just continues to grow.
Collaboration.
Unknowingly, because brother Steve didn't make it to know, because I ain't had this crib.
Yeah.
I didn't even have this house.
Gotcha.
And so I was just like, man. And so then, still meeting BABAKILINDIIYI, he had asked me to help him with the Detroit Psychedelic Conference. And so the Detroit Psychedelic Conference was in August. So we had 4 months. But then we had 3 months because by the time, I asked his wife, like, well, let's just do it next year. Just go ahead and mourn. Like, don't worry about it. We'll just do it next year. Like, you're going through something, the God is gone. She was like, no, we're going to do it on the same date. I was like, it's a Mercury retrograde coming. We ain't got no flyers. We can't get the password to his computer. We can't get into the website. We need a new domain name. We ain't got no venue. She was like, and we're still doing it. And we're still doing it. And we're still doing it. If that. Yeah. I was like, oh.
No excuses.
No.
Yeah.
And that's funny because I was like, let me pull my I Ching coins out. So I hit the divination. She went and got her tarot cards. And she went and got the pendulum and like held it over Kalindi's hat. He used to wear this black and white. So she was like, well, I need to communicate with him. I just, hold it over the joint. And then he said it was going to be opposition, but it would still be successful. And I'd never been to a psychedelic conference. Definitely had never organized one. And it ends up being the only psychedelic live conference in the world in 2020.
Wow.
In the middle of this whole COVID scandemic. And people from everywhere. Like, it was, my man Reggie called it like the Black Psychedelic Conference. Because that's the Mecca.
It's kind of crazy though, because I saw white folks there too.
They were.
Yeah.
It's still psychedelics. We didn't say no white people could come. But black folks was like, yo, we showing up. And they showed up. Everything fell together. I just, he oversaw the whole thing. Period. And it was just an amazing venture. And then after it was over, I got this space. I got this house. And this room is the room. Matter of fact, exactly where your camera is sitting right now is where we did Toad in this room with Dr.Gerry. So the sister who had this house before, she had this was the Atlanta Institute of Tantra. So she had the massage table right there. That's why we got the full bathroom. So you could go in and take a shower, get your massage, other healing modalities.
Yeah.
She could move the table. It could be like a cuddle room. But we made a pallet right there. And so we was doing toe right. I'm talking about where your toe is at right now. People were laying right there. So when I got this house, I was like, I can't stay in all these rooms.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to dedicate this room to mushrooms, ceremonies, set and setting. Like Baba taught me. He was emphasizing on set and setting. Let's do some toad. Let's have some meditation. You can do martial arts in here. I practice martial arts. There's plenty of room in here. It's intimate.
Even for my Shotokan karate, this could be a nice small sound dojo right
If I move these pallets out the way, you know what I'm saying, these chairs.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of room.
Plenty.
You're right.
Right. And so I want to make it comfortable. That's why we got the carpet and all that in here. And then how did the room get here? I know you got questions. I'm gonna just go there real fast. Why is it blue? The mushrooms are blue. Tamarian blues. Right? Okay. That's a strand Baba created. Right. And so the Tamarian blues, one of his students in Detroit had a 2-bedroom apartment back in the day. He was the first one to go in on the mushroom. Well, no, since he had a 2-bedroom and he stayed by himself, BABAKILINDIIYI was like, you're going to start initiating your brothers. So when you take 5 grams, that's an initiation. That was an extended part of the martial arts training.
Makes sense.
He painted the room blue.
That makes sense.
And he was like, everybody started calling the room the Star Trek Enterprises.
No, that's real interesting you just saying it because of the 5 grams. Because it's like 5 grams. Once you do the 5 grams, that is concrete evidence that there's way more. Yeah, there's way more. Yeah, exactly. It's way more than all of this stuff that CNN and all this crap tells you. Or even school. Everything that you've been taught. That's when you realize you're truly alive and there's a whole different existence behind that. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened to me personally.
You pulled back the Wizard of Oz, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's what's happening? That's who pulling the things?
Exactly.
Word?
Yeah. This is a cakewalk.
It's a cakewalk. Well, at the end.
Yeah, at the end.
There's some.
Gotta throw that in there.
There's some turbulence along.
It's a roller coaster.
In most flights, you're gonna hit some turbulence.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just relax. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Go with the flow.
The pilot will get you back down safely on the ground.
Unless he just meant you to go. That's a different story.
But we ain't seen that on 5 grams.
Exactly.
I haven't. And so, the crazy part was the brother who was going to paint the room blue stood me up. He was like, I didn't call him. I was like, bro, I told you what day he was going to do something. So then I called Amun, who, of course, he got 20 years in the game. He'd already been doing, artwork on tamare. Yeah. He did Sadiq's. And I was just like, that's what I want. Yeah. I said, I don't know how much it's going to cost, but that's what I want.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen, Captain. So got him over here, and all the walls were still white. I told him how the dude stood me up.
He did everything?
He painted the walls blue.
Okay.
And then he was like, I'll paint the walls. So he painted the walls blue first, no artwork. Just painted the whole room blue. And then he put that light blue up there. And I was just so fascinated how he had to blend.
See that dragon. This is
yes.
This is kind of. I'm starting to see it now. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
So, and you see the hua up there.
Yeah, I do see it. I'm making the transition around.
Yeah. So hopefully that was just a package at the door. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep popping. Yeah, just look out there. I don't think nobody's there. Anyway, somebody came through the door. We was just like, what was going on? So the room, we decided to go with the blue. And that was like a 2 or 3 day decision, right? To be like, hey, this is what the color is going to be. And after we decided on the blue, then we started talking about the artwork. And what I wanted from the artwork was thank you. What I wanted from the artwork was I wanted it to be very similar to tamare.
Yeah, exactly.
I wanted it to be, and really I wanted it to be indigenous.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be for the original man.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, hey, I'm gonna be using it for myself.
Yeah.
So I want to be comfortable.
You know, it's interesting because I was talking to a sister today, and you know, I kind of got emotional. I was talking about it. I was just like, people that weren't on tamare and didn't experience, you know what I'm saying? Because I put a post on my place. I was like, I had a picture of all the brothers and sisters listening to Doc teach on class.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just a still picture, just brothers and sisters looking beautiful, looking all nice. I said, quite simply, duplicate this or shut up. You feel me? So you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? See, people like you and I, we saw this, we experienced
and
felt it. Yeah, because this is nothing. People that didn't experience that, I don't think anybody in the what Doc had going on there is I don't think it probably hasn't been going down like that with the collective of Nubians and other races, you know, for probably thousands of years. I'm pretty sure that is a fact.
Well, for a fact, 476 acres is a fact.
Yeah, exactly.
So until I see somebody get 4 acres,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and build 2 little pyramids, I don't want to hear nothing.
Exactly.
Hey, man, chill.
Yeah.
Y'all done had, you know what I'm saying, been gone 21 years, and y'all couldn't put enough money together to get 400 acres, to get 40 acres. Don't nobody know how to build no pyramids. I don't want to hear nothing.
Yeah.
So basically, I wanted it to be a reminder, and I wanted it to be the environment that uplifted me.
Yeah.
I wanted it to look like
Exactly.
me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want no. I wanted it all to be all original. And one of my favorite things to even be around when I used to be on Tamarack was the Ark of the Covenant.
Exactly. Yeah.
So the first thing I wanted was the Ark of the Covenant that's right behind me.
I see it.
And I was like, I want the Ark of the Covenant on this wall right here. And then I started asking him, oh yeah, absolutely.
The DNA strand. And,
absolutely. All the shams.
The shams.
Right.
I see it.
So, and I just asked for that, and he came back with all of that.
Yeah.
And I was just like, he was
inspiration.
Like, he's like, on this wall, I'm gonna do this. And we kind of like we started here and went this way. And then I wanted Mansa Musa because I wanted to invoke
finance,
enormous wealth,
yeah,
and enormous value. And a lot of times when you, what's one of the things we need to heal from using mushrooms is economic trauma.
Exactly, I agree.
And who would be better to invoke to heal economic trauma with Mansa Musa?
Mansa Musa's bloodline.
If I want to get free, then I invoke Harriet Tubman or something like that.
Yeah.
But if I want the money, then I need to call the man.
One of the main reasons, I was talking to sister earlier, and I was saying one of the main reasons I respect Dr.York over other individuals is because he had that balance. Because the master teacher had money. He won't begging for you to buy incense. That joker had money.
And he wanted you to get money too.
Exactly.
He wanted you to
and
get
he gave
money.
you a blueprint.
And he gave
you know,
you a
just like in my book, I have a whole section dedicated to the book called Behind the Nine Ball, because he literally lays the blueprint of liberation, you know, in Behind the Nine Ball for the diaspora,
for the collective.
Yeah, exactly.
If you want to follow.
If you want to follow. All right, so. We definitely build with that aspect of the entheogenics and etc. Now I got something I want to talk to you about.
Come on.
Because I love, me personally, I love going on your lives when you do astrology because you put humor into it, but also you kind of like my karate sensei. You know, let's get at it. Stop playing around. You know, my sensei told me, he was just like, listen. He said beforehand when I first signed up, 15, 16 years ago, he said, don't worry about my loud mouth because I scream a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I had to get used to getting screamed at. You know what I'm saying? And you are like, with your humor and your directness, you know what I'm saying? You get straight to the point.
I'm very passionate about it.
Exactly. So, in my last podcast, I spoke to the priestess of Sut Raymond. We'll go over different things, spirituality. But one of the things I want to talk about, and I'm going to ask you now, I'm just going to, give it to you. Please tell the people how important, especially day and time, as astrology is.
That's your umbrella in the monsoon.
Mm-hmm.
That's your rope you tie around your waist in the hurricane.
Mm-hmm.
That's your super tanker that you do in the storm.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's your lighthouse to keep your boat off the rocks.
Mm-hmm.
That's your protection from the ambulance driver.
Yeah.
You can study astrology or you can pay the ambulance driver. That's how I look at it, right? I'd rather study astrology and avoid the ambulance ride.
Yeah.
I don't want to ride in the ambulance over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. And so it has changed my entire life because it's all about relationships.
Yeah.
So it's helped my relationship with the Creator.
Okay.
It's helped my relationship with my own personal emotions.
Yeah.
It's helped me be able to identify the dark areas that I had to do shadow work in. It showed me where the money is over and over and over and over again. It continually shows me how to move financially. Like I even have an astrological marketing strategy that is bulletproof. It don't fail because it's just like ta-da.
Yeah.
I also now teach it because why is it so important? Is because when we taught astrology in elementary school, we built pyramids.
Indeed.
When they took astrology out of elementary school, they moved us to projects. So that's the book waiting to be written. From pyramids to projects and back. We're trying to get back to pyramids. The only way you can get back to pyramids is your creativity. Your creativity and your curiosity is fueled by your astrology. Because now you are you spoke of Bobby Hemmett. You spoke of Malachi York. We spoke of this master. We spoke of Sunyata Saraswati, the Mitchell Gibsons of the world. You know why they're all masters? And they exhibit a high level of self-mastery? It's because they did a deep dive into self-discovery.
Yeah, indeed. That's where it started.
That's where it started. You can't have self-mastery without having self-discovery first. And so the astrology, which in ancient Egypt it says, know thyself. But what people leave out, excuse me. What does it say under know thyself? This is why I used to beat the 5%ers up. Ooh, I used to look they behind over this. Underneath know thyself, it says to thyself be true. That's the astrological sign line. To thyself be true. Know thyself means study your chart. To thyself be true means live thy chart. And that equals, if you draw a line, you know how you say 1 plus 1 and you draw a line, put 2, that's the answer. Know thyself, to thyself be
that's
true.
That's another piece of the puzzle.
Equals ma'at.
Yeah. Order. Law. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Just,
harmony.
Yeah.
Peace. Magic. All these things are available if you put these 2 rules together.
Yeah. I got you.
So for me, I'm a living example of it. Came up in the church eating chitlins and all that from a dysfunctional family who absolutely there was no spirituality on nothing African, nothing. You know what I'm saying?
True black sheep.
True black sheep. True, Columbus that discovered America.
Yeah.
You know, the John Hopkins and all that other, stuff that I was taught, right? Recruited to go to West Point.
Yeah.
Big shouts out to North Carolina A&T State University, Aggie Pride. I had to show up in that joint, right? And that's the right knowledge.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I got exposed to right knowledge in Greensboro, North Carolina. So I can't front on that.
Yeah.
Right? As a matter of fact, I met Malachi York in the Trap House.
Yeah.
It was an Imam Issa book. You know what I mean? The book of the 5%ers. And so that book was like mathematics.
Yeah.
So when I got to astrology, it was more mathematics, but it was simple mathematics.
Yes.
It was easy because you just 360.
Yeah.
It was like the chart is 360. What do we stand in when we building? The cipher.
Yeah,
How many degrees in the cipher? 360. But then astrology started breaking it down to the angles. So in martial arts, you talk about that 45 degree angle. You want to get off on the 45.
That's
If he's directly in front of you, that's 90 degrees. 180. You want to move off of that.
That's true.
That's an opposition.
That's it.
Then you got the 90 degrees for delivering. Different types of blows. And I was just like, what?
Yeah.
And then I started applying it to relationships.
Whole different ballgame.
Because, like I said, my mother and father was on some BS. And I was like, would astrology have fixed it? Or gave them some solutions to this relationship that would have led to us being a more functional versus dysfunctional family? Because it took me 40, my sister's 4 years younger than me, but we didn't really started kicking it until for like 42 years because of the stuff that went through in our household, right? And then we had to do it ourselves independently with no help from our parents. And our little brother is still estranged. So when I study astrology, I'm studying it on that precept for my ancestors. What if and who's going to break the generational curse?
Gotcha.
The black sheep.
Yeah, black sheep.
Because he gonna get the answers. Because nobody else thinks it's a generational curse.
Yeah.
What do you mean? This ain't how
They worrying about who's won the next Super Bowl.
This ain't life.
Yeah.
This ain't life. So that before astrology and then the post after astrology, total life changing. So of course when I started studying mushrooms, I was like, where's the moon at when I'm taking my mushrooms?
Yeah. That makes sense.
So then I started applying. So now, because when the mushrooms come in your body and take you, they take what you know.
Yeah, exactly.
So like Amun, when he came in here, the mushrooms was like, you know how much he read.
Yeah.
The mushrooms was like, oh,
let's have some fun.
Oh, look at this library. Let's pull this down. Look at this topic. Oh, remember when this happened? Remember in '96 when you was listening to Doc? Remember when 2000? Remember when so and so? You remember that? So when he came out of this room, we was like.
Was it quiet? Was it silent? Was it
on the outside? Yeah. He didn't make a lot of noise. But when he came out, he had a whole bunch to say. Nah, he had like a whole bunch of feedback. You know what I'm saying? Tons of download. And he had an amazing experience. And that's really because I was just like, damn, this is what your chart said when you went in. So now, as I sit for people in whole sacred space, I'm also pulling up the astrological chart to see what doors are open.
One of the things, I know you do this, you know what I'm saying, and one of the main things when I had some of my teachers that get me where I'm at now was one of, like I said, Priestess of Soot Raymond. Before she talked to me, she said, before we even get down, I need your natal chart and I need your numerology.
Before you came over there?
Yeah, she was on the phone. She was like,
"No pause, sir."
Yeah, we gonna need this. You know what I'm saying? That's what she said. So, I had it before and I knew what was up, but see, once she read it, you know what I'm saying, and she started breaking it down, even more sense made. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't tell me that she knew astrology, brother.
Oh yeah.
I would have been over there. You should have led with that.
I'm gonna link y'all up today.
I know the sister who studied astrology. Stop. Priestess who studies. Send me over there.
She next level. That's it.
Okay.
But yeah, man, it's there's literally a portion of one of my next books coming out that I added on because of a conversation I had with a brother I was doing numerology. It's just, please explain to these people how important it is for us to use these ancient tools, numerology, astrology, and et cetera, please.
Well, you just keep taking it back to the mushrooms.
Okay, I'm with you.
The astrology comes out of the mushrooms.
Okay.
The numerology comes out of the mushrooms.
Okay.
The divination comes out of the mushroom.
Okay.
The tarot. Your favorite song comes out of the mushroom. Because these things, using these ancient tools, what's the root word of divination? Divine. We are divine beings. You want to unlock it. How you going to unlock something and not use the right tools?
Yeah.
You want to crack a safe, that's what you're going to need. Some lock stuff. Something that has the word lock on it. You know what I'm saying? If you want to cook some food, you're going to have something that's kitchen associated, right? Some the right knives and things like that. So the divination tools are so important because that's relinking. That is how you relink with your ancient ancestors. You use your ancient ancestors' tools. They left it for you to use it. They didn't make it and be like, when I die, I'm going to take it with me. It's the most tangible, intangible ever.
Yeah.
Because that's when it happens. And I love this. I keep swinging it back to Dr.York.
Mm-hmm.
Using our ancient tools causes DNA explosions.
DNA explosion.
Cha-ching.
Yep. Right.
Once the DNA explosion happens, because it's just like when a woman gets on her menstrual cycle. It wasn't like she knew what time it was going to come. That was a DNA explosion. When you had your first child, or the first time somebody say I'm pregnant, things explode in you right then. Oh, hey, gotta start thinking different here. Oh, wait a minute. So the DNA explosions that come from using our arts, because that's when your uniqueness explodes. Because we're not all supposed to be copycatting.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what Doc said that one day too. He was like, "Would you rather be a Rolex or Rolex?" I want to be a Rolex. As a matter of fact, I'm a Cartier. You know what I'm saying? So that's because that's what I am, and to me, that's the key for all of us, and each of us have an affinity to a certain one. People come in this room and say, "Did you do this artwork?" I said, "No, I just paid for it." This ain't my talent. But when it comes to getting bread,
that's a different story.
I'm a bad boy. That's one of my talents. So you are going to edit this, not me. That's your talent. You know what I'm saying? So my talents are surfacing more. My hit dismiss. My latent talents are surfacing more.
Yeah, I got you.
Daily. I had something happen. I had a DNA explosion like yesterday that ran over into today. I'm really still in it. And then I was like, oh, he coming today at 3. Can we
push it back a little bit?
Just a little bit, you know. But I'm still in it because I've tied them together. Your ancient, spell of Kingu. The spell of Kingu is actually a form of conditioning.
Definitely.
So the only way you get out from up under a spell, which is conditioning, is to decondition. Well, it's like fixing your credit. You can't fix your credit in 1 month because you paid some bills. It may take you 90 days, 6 months, a year to get your credit out the jungle to the top of the tree. So this colonization of our mental.
Exactly, I agree.
This centralization to viruses, BS, non-truths, myths, lies, misinformations that's constantly compounded daily. It's gonna take you a minute to decentralize.
It's interesting that you just keep on bringing Doc, because like in every aspect of what's the word, freedom, liberation, you know, as far as everything that I read and was a part of, it was like I've never known any other individuals just constantly, you know, since I've been alive. I went around when Balaj and Muhammad, and somebody just over top of you, just, yo, okay, you want to have a question about this? Bam, here's this. You know what I'm saying? Continuously trying to make you better, you know, and sacrificing his life to do it.
See, because he could have been doing something else.
Yeah, he was a singer. He was making money. Come on, man.
He could have went to stocks.
He's on a rock right now for us.
And that's the thing too. That's courage.
Yeah, exactly.
Which we lack.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of us lack courage. Some of us got it. But too many of us don't have enough.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what's needed today.
But it all ties into all of this as well, because transitioning from this physical ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, and once you have
no profanity in the temple.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's all good.
I said shite, not shit.
There you go.
I said it the second time.
Gotcha.
But no, seriously. Once you really truly see what this existence on this third dimension is, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. You see what I'm saying? So death is what? Let's roll back. Let's do this again. Let's either move forward or let's do it again.
Bible said you close your eyes on one side of the room and open your eyes on the other side of the room.
I mean, seriously, once you get to a certain understanding of how life really is, once you embrace that, that's when the courage comes in. If you embrace it properly.
Well, man, big shouts out to Nova Drew Ali. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Law governs all events.
That's it.
Not your feelings.
Exactly.
So you following the law, following the protocol, no harm can come to you.
Exactly.
So when and that's where I'm at now.
Yeah.
You know why I'm so passionate? Because I'm following the law.
Yeah. Exactly.
When the white man roll up on you as a state trooper and turn the blue lights on and walk up on you with his hand on his gun, you know why he's so confident? Because he got the law on his side. Yep. So I feel like him. Just I got Mansa Musa, Ma'at, Lee Shaman, Tahuti. I got dragons. I got Ampu. I got Baba. I got the law on my side, which goes to why we must be honorable.
Yeah, exactly.
We must. That's been our problem. Is that to me that was the downfall of or the bump in the road of the Nawapian nation was there was a lack of honor amongst, you know what I'm saying?
No, I agree. I think me personally, from what I experienced, you just had so many people, so many hurt people. You know what I mean? Just
people hurt people.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just so many hurt people coming together. Like some of us getting something, still trying to get it, and whatever case may be. But it's like I see that as the foundation for the future. You know what I'm saying? For the future. You know, because we can be financially strong, right, with this information. We can astrologically be strong. Spiritually, we have the doctrine. You got a language. You have everything encompassed inside of what he gave us. And now you got the mushrooms, astrology, all the other things. Once you start to do your due diligence to become a complete being.
And now that we're older, you know what I'm saying? And we ain't dead or in jail.
Exactly.
We understand the value of honor.
Exactly. I agree.
You know?
We were just talking about that, remember? About these cats out there that try to say, you know, they try to play off like they sincere, but, you know, in all honesty, people have ulterior motives, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, remember, you know what I'm saying? We just talked about that. It's like, you know, we just
I can't believe you. I thought you was 100.
You know what
and you acting like that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, at the same time, the wisdom doesn't make it a surprise. It's just, you know, it's unexpected because the veil that you were hoping, I guess, you know what I'm saying, that you were a good person, you know what I'm saying, you know, like you said earlier, the Wizard of Oz, you're like, God damn it, it's your same personality that I met 20 years ago in a different face. You know?
Yeah, that's just, but the weed is getting separated from the show. I agree. Right now, with the shake-up, because certain parts of history repeat themselves. And so what happened 100 years ago was the Roaring 20s. Yeah. And the things that happened in the beginning of the Roaring 20s affected the next 60, 80 years. That's where we at right now.
Yeah, exactly.
We're in the beginning of the Roaring 20s. There's 9 more years of this.
Yeah, exactly. I know. You know, and Priestess was breaking down the last interview. She was saying that like Saturn, like the planets right now are just literally sitting there just doing work for like another 20-something years. Am I correct? Man.
They're doing work every day.
Yeah, I mean,
but she's talking about the outer planets.
Yeah, the outer planets.
So the outer planets, I call the inner planets the runners.
Okay.
That's like UPS. FedEx, they make runs real fast.
Yeah, real quick.
They do overnight deliveries.
Yeah.
But Pluto and Uranus and you know, everything outside of Saturn, they OGs. So they're not moving as fast. But they're here. When you're slower, you're making more long-term changes. Yeah. Like a grandfather.
Like grandfather, yes.
Yeah. Or Albert. What's the dude's name who was in Godfather?
You talking about
not Al Pacino,
Marlon Brando? Yeah, I know, man. Sitting back,
the outer planets are Marlon Brando. Right, the inner planets are a young Al Pacino.
That's Scarface.
Scarface. What?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Hey man, just calm down. We don't do it like that.
He ain't had to do Manolo like that, man. But,
differences, you know.
So, in conclusion to all this, when we wrap this up, please, you know, first off, for my people that don't know who you are, and you know the world once I put this up, please tell them where they can find you at, what you do, and etc. You know,
man. Wow, I am OU's son. I am my ancestors' wildest dreams. Team Taurus. You can find me. Really, if you go to my IG, that's really the easiest way to go to my Instagram, OU517, and click the link in my bio.
Okay.
That's got everything. So
Okay.
it's OU 517. So I do have an astrology class,
Yeah.
which is going very well right now.
I
I've
like
been teaching astrology for like 6 years.
Yeah.
So now we popping off even harder because it's all digital and virtual.
Gotcha.
But we do live Q&A twice a week.
Mm-hmm.
And what I love about it is, which I wish I'd have been paying more attention when Pops was here to astrology, because Abby Ilias was my teacher, but he wasn't. But I wasn't. It was knowledge out of season, so they bear no fruit. I just want to hear about Islam and extraterrestrials. I didn't want to get that game he was giving numerology, and he kept pressing too.
I know, pushing.
And so now my class has lifetime access. It's called Keep It Simple Astrology Course.info. And when we have classes now, when sisters being there braiding their daughter's hair in astrology class. So that's kind of like, you used to get your hair done while Doc was teaching.
Yeah.
Like,
I know,
or even if he wasn't teaching, if somebody else was up there teaching and you were just getting your hair done on the land.
That's how it was.
That's family.
That's how it
and
was.
they braiding that knowledge into your hair. So it's like mad children are in my classes, with their parents. I think it's bringing families together.
Yeah, I
still do personal consultations, OE517.com. So you put the .com on it for the website. You put the, just go to Instagram and you'll be able to catch everything over there. I got some other courses. My meditation, I got to talk about that fast.
Okay.
The meditation to me is the core of it all. Meditation to me is the first proof of right knowledge. And you can get my free meditation course at which one is this? OY's Closet.
Okay.
OYIS.
I like that.
Go in my closet. OY'sCloset.com. You can get the free meditation download that'll also put you on my mailing list. And so I can try to, keep people together with what's coming next. Because what's coming next is there's going to be an Oakland Psychedelic Conference this year. 2021 is going to be we just got the Women's Entheogenic Conference, which is BABAKILINDIIYI's wife founded at Kai Wingo. So his other wife, Mama Ayana, just got the St. Regis and the date. So that's May 28th.
Nice.
It's gonna put that on the bottom, May 28th, Women's Entheogenic Conference, or up here, wherever you're gonna put it at. You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna be for 3 days.
Yeah.
And then there's gonna be something in Minneapolis in August, and then I want to have something in Atlanta. Okay. Maybe end of August. Okay. And then I'm gonna have something in September or October in Jamaica.
There you go.
So this is gonna be 2021 is gonna be crazy, and then all this is prepped because the Detroit Psychedelic Conference is every other year. Okay. And the theme for that was taking the mysteries into urban environments. Yeah. Right? And so the Detroit Psychedelic Conference is every other year. So it won't be another one until 2022. Yeah. And that one is going to be on 200 acres of land. So Baba Mudu does have 200 acres, one of his students. Yeah. And so it's going to be something like, I forgot the name of the event that they have in Europe, but it's going to be kind of styled after that. Okay. Where you bring your tents, and it's going to be bananas.
Man, this was I appreciate you, giving me the opportunity to come out and build with you, man. This has been wonderful, man. Like I said before we leave out, please, let me get in here because what I'm saying.
Man, come on over here, absolutely. This is my G right here, okay?
You know what I'm saying?
Your Brozo.
.com is my website. I got a book out, my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Why you ain't making no t-shirt? What is the t-shirts for sale on the site?
Well, this is some Imhoteps, you know what I'm saying?
I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care.
Oh, that's Nubia.com. Imhotep.
Well, then you should be shouting them out.
Hey, there you go.
Right.
Nubia.com for the t-shirt, you know what I'm saying? Dreamy Beads, Dreamy Beads LLC for the necklace, for the bracelet.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I appreciate this experience, man. This was wonderful, and we're gonna keep on teaching the people, brother.
Yes, and can we do something else at Sadiq?
Yeah, you already know, man. We got it.
You sure?
Come on, bro.
Campbellton Road. When is he opening back up to?
March.
I heard he's gonna have rooftop dining.
That's what the future's gonna be. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we also gonna have sound bowl healing in here too. Okay. But that's gonna be on like 3 grams.
My people, Yo Brozo 9. Push the follow thing. You know what I'm saying? And on my my YouTube page, I'm gonna have this whole video up there. So
Peace and love, everybody. But go ahead.
And make sure that y'all share this and make some people upset that they missed this whole conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, how did y'all feel about it? I want to give a shout out to whoever. We need to break bread with the sound and see what that's looking like.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see who stayed around to the end. Oh, let me give y'all a shot. So this is where we are. I know y'all been talking about, the ginger room. That's Man Samusa, the bee shaman.
Yeah, let me go ahead and give them the. You're right. Give them the full.
Yeah. So this is where we do the ceremonies at. Boom. I wanted to have
a little bit.
the floor gets crazy in here.